Hi everyone, this is Amy from Mustard Seed Faith Women's Ministries. I am so glad to have you join me today. We'll be doing a little whimsical art. Before I get started, I'd like to open up in prayer and then we will do our January tutorial for our class, and we will be doing mittens, kind of get us in the wintry groove. So let's go ahead and start off with prayer. Dear God, I just thank you for this day, dear God. I just thank you for allowing us another day to live and to shine for you, dear God. I just ask that you be with each member in our group, dear God. I ask that you bless them in a mighty way, dear God. I ask that you be with each person on our prayer list, dear God. I ask that you just be with them, dear Lord. Give them comfort where comfort is needed, dear God. Whatever they may be facing, dear Lord, I just ask that you walk beside them, dear Lord. I just ask that you keep them safe, dear God, and that you just let them know that you love them, dear Lord, and that you're right by their side, dear God. I just ask that you just bless this class today, dear Lord. Just help whoever's watching it, dear Lord, to get a joy and a blessing out of it, dear Lord, and to help them to have a good time, dear Lord, and to help me to have a good time, dear Lord, as I'm presenting it, dear God. I thank you for all our many blessings. This I pray in your name. Amen. Okay, let's get started. So we're just going to do a little simple setup, and it's going to just be drawing our our gloves, winter gloves. If you do this along with me, please post your pictures in the group. I love to see what everybody does. We're all different. We have our own creative way of drawing, and there's no joy in comparison, and each person has a unique way of doing their art. So it's so much fun to see how everybody does their different pieces of art. So let's get started and have some fun. Okay, first of all, we're just going to start off with like a clothesline, and we're just going to do like I don't know what to call it, but like just a line with some loops in it. That's going to be like our clothesline. And this is Pinterest inspired. I believe that the person that may have done this was the paint bar. But I cannot give you the individual's actual name. Now mine will be a little different than theirs, but I thought it was a very cute idea, and we're going to make it a little whimsical. So I just want to give credit where credit is due. And we're going to start off making like a little clothespin up here at the top. That's what our little glove's going to be hanging from. We're going to do maybe another one in the middle. And we might do two more. Maybe we'll squeeze one right here. And I think, thank goodness for erasers, because we can always erase something if we don't like it. I think I'm going to move my clips up a little bit, not have them hang over the bottom. Like you're seeing my line through the bottom there. Just put it over the top. Look, don't think too much about it. You're only just like making lines on a paper. So don't think too much about what you're drawing. Just kind of let the flow go. Remember, it's just lines and it's just shapes. Nothing special. So just enjoy it. Okay, we will have to let it kind of hang a little bit over your line, because you want to look like that the glove is hanging on that clothespin. And then we're going to kind of make a top for our mitten. I think I just called it a glove, but it's a mitten. And then we're going to draw our thumb for our mitten. And then our big part where our hand goes. And you can make it big. You can make it small. Just you do your own way. It's your glove, and you do you. Let's see, I'm going to kind of go this way a little bit. And actually, I'm going to change my thumb on this one a little bit. I kind of don't like how that turned out too well. So, I'm going to do my thumb a little bit further out. And then I'm going to come down like this and do it. Now, I like that better. All right, you'll see me erase a lot because I just do. And actually up here, I forgot to put my little cuff or whatever you want to call it for the top of my glove. So let's go back and do that. And I may want to bring this just a little bit over so it'll make more sense to look like a glove. All right. If y'all can believe this or not, this is my first time to do a YouTube video. And I'm excited because it's going to be a new learning experience for me. But it will be a better way to be able to share more ideas and do more art. Okay, so mine has a total of 3 gloves, or 3 mittens. And then I might squeeze, what do y'all think? Maybe squeeze another one in or just go with the 3? Let's just go with the 3. Now we're going to pick some colors. And I have some paints. I don't know if you guys have tried this paint before. It's made by Ranger. And it's acrylic paint, but it's in the little these little containers, squirt bottles. And I got it from Let's Make Art, I believe. But I really like it. It's kind of smooth. It goes on kind of smooth. And it's I'm not advertising for them. I'm not getting paid to advertise for them. I just really like the paint. But we're going to grab all kinds of colors. And we're going to get whimsical with our coloring. Because I just love whimsical art. It's my favorite. I did have a couple of tubes that won't open or won't pour out, so I'm going to have to snip those on the ends. I tried to snip them, but they didn't snip too well. And I think I'm going to do my background a light blue. So let me find, and you can do your painting. You can, please don't think you have to do it the same as me. And also, you do not have to use the same. I mean, you don't have to do acrylic. You don't have to do. You can do watercolor. You can do pencils. You can do. You don't have to go out and buy anything special to be able to do these paintings with me. It is totally, sorry for all the noise, it is totally up to you guys what you all want to use and what you all want to do with your paints. There's no right or wrong way. Paper doesn't have to be anything special. I prefer to use a heavier paper because, you know, it won't bleed through. But that's just my preference. You can get a pack of paper from the dollar store or Dollar Tree. It's not something that you have to go out and buy a piece of a back of paper for. And be creative. If you don't have paper, don't have the money to go buy paper, paint on newspaper. There's no special way you have to do things, and don't think that you have to go out and buy all these expensive things to paint with. Just remember that you can use what you already have, because you can paint over magazine pages. You can paint over newspaper pages. Just be creative. It's not about having all these expensive supplies to do things with, because um, sometimes that's not realistic. And don't feel like you have to be left out of doing art or any kind of craft in our group, especially because you can't afford to do it, because there's always a way that you can I can't even say that you can do it without it costing a whole lot of money. Just put it that way. If you need any suggestions or anything, let us know. We can always suggest an easier way to come up with doing whatever piece we're working on. But actually, the newspaper and the magazine, now the magazine pages will be a little thin, so they're not the best to work with, but they certainly will work. Newspapers actually good to work on, especially the thicker newspaper. I'm just taking a little bit of the blue, mixing a little bit of the white with it, coming up with just a light blue. That's what I'm doing my background with. Because I don't want it too dark, but I don't want it too light either. And I'm just painting like a sky color in the background. It's going to be a sunshiny day, but I want it to look like a winter day. And look, guys, don't worry about painting over the part where the glove is or the clothespin. That's not anything you need to worry about, because you're going to paint over that anyways. So don't stress if you go over into that area with your paints. It's not anything that you have to be concerned with, because you're not going to be it's not going to make a big huge difference if you paint over that, unless you plan to paint it white. Now in that case, if you plan to paint it totally white, I wouldn't suggest painting over the lines. But if not, then go for it. That's the fun thing about whimsical art. And let me tell you, there's no mistakes in it, because you can take any of this and make it, see, there was a little bit of dark down at the bottom of my page, and I just went right over it. Same way with canvas. Don't ever throw your canvases away. If you've painted on it and feel like you don't like the piece that you've made, save those canvases, because you can paint over them. So don't ever throw it away. These papers you can paint over. Now the watercolors are a little bit more tricky to paint over with other watercolors, but you can let it dry and paint over it with acrylic paint. That certainly will work. So just keep all that in mind. I have also found pieces, and I'm not talking about big fancy pieces of artwork that you find at the thrift store, but stuff that maybe people has painted that are not necessarily something that you would like particularly, but something that you could use, you know, the canvas for or the paper that it's drawn on. Pick that up, paint over that. That gives you a board to paint over, and saves you on money too. So you don't have to go back out and buy canvas or something to paint on. There's all kinds of ideas that you can do and you can use. You just have to be creative. That's part of it. And it's fun being creative. You'd be surprised what you can do, what you can learn when you start being creative. You can also, if you come up with a color that you're not particularly fond of, you can also let your artwork dry and then come back and paint over that area, and it will also cover whatever area. Now, I haven't tried that with like a dark black color or anything like that, but most colors it will work covering it. Now this kind of looks like a winter day. Hope my head's not going in everybody's way. I won't know until I rewatch the video, so, but hopefully my big head is not in the way. Okay, so now I'm going to get a smaller brush, and we're going to change up some colors here and go for some whimsical colors and do our gloves, mittens. I keep calling them gloves, and I intend to call them mittens, because that's what they are, is mittens. Let me get my paintbrushes out here. No particular paintbrush size. This one happens to be a size 4 if you're into knowing what size to use. But you use what size is comfortable for you to use. And see, I've got one of these that don't want to open. I'm going to try using a needle on it to see if I can puncture the end of it to maybe it'll work. I have this needle on my stand here that I use just to poke stuff with, so it's no good for anything but poking holes in the end of bottles and stuff. You choose the colors that you want. Like I said, they do not have to be the same colors. Be careful when you put your hand on your paper though, because it can tear it. I wasn't paying attention just then and stuck my hand on my paper, and it was still a little wet, and it caused it to make a little area tear in my paper. I forgot what I was saying before that. Oh, colors. Choose your own colors, or you can do the same as me. It's totally up to you. I like bright colors, especially for the whimsical. The brighter the better, the more funky looking the better. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. Now, not all yellows are my favorite colors, because there are some yellows I do not like. And kind of mix it up. Mix your colors up. I'm going to do different designs, different colors on my gloves. I'm not going to go with a solid color on my, I keep saying gloves, and I mean mittens. I want to say mittens because I want them to be winter mittens for the snow. You know, you got to build snowmen, right? but I'm going to mix my colors up. What I mean by mixing is do different colors on the mittens. That will make it pop, and it will make it more whimsical. So it will be fun. Now I'll go back and outline my areas that I'm coloring. I always like to outline. It makes it pop even more for me. It's not something that you would have to do. Like I said, this is just my preference and what I like to do. So you do you. There's no ugly art. And it's not something that you can mess up. Can't mess it up. And don't say, oh, I can't do it. I can't draw. Yes, you can. You can draw. Just let it come out naturally. Because there's been some pretty pieces born from people who say they can't draw. And everybody views things differently than we do, so they see things differently than we do. So it might not look like an art piece to you, but to somebody else it may be. So don't let that discourage you. And please don't compare yourself with somebody else, because like I said, there's no joy in comparing. So don't get caught up in that either. This is strictly for fun. If you have not checked out our ministry on Facebook, you can find us under Mustard Seed Faith Women's Ministry. It's a great place to interact with other women and learn more about Jesus and learn about a more intimate relationship with God. And our hope is that you can have a relationship with God and walk along while forming friendships in the group with other ladies who are walking out life with struggles and dealing with things in life that we all have to face. We certainly want you to be blessed. We do different things. We have lives every day of the week. We're going to have some new things. We've just become a nonprofit organization, so we're going to be working on some outreach things. We're doing a retreat in June in Townsend, Tennessee. We're excited about that. That will be our first retreat to do, so it will also be a opportunity to learn the do's and the don'ts, and it also will be an opportunity to get to know our members and get to meet our members and enjoy relaxing while also forming friendships and getting to know each other on a more, in-person level. You can say, oh, you're in my group, or she's a teacher in our group, and I'm really excited, and I am so thankful that God has allowed this opportunity. If if you're in our group and you've not been very active, please come and join us. It honestly is a blessing. We do games sometimes. We have challenges. We have scripture writing, which is done monthly. There is prizes for things that we do. There's all kinds of opportunities that you can get involved with. We have our, let's see, our team is myself, and that's my name is Amy McCardle, and I am the founder of the ministry. Then we have Jessica Snipes. She is the lead admin of the group. We have Nicole McCardle. She Smith is her last name, and she is an admin, but she is also the admin for the coordination of the group, where she plans all the events and the parties and all this stuff, the retreats, that sort of thing. Then we have Wendy Weiser. She's also an admin. We have Michelle Crothers. She's a moderator. And we have Lisa Butler. She's a moderator. And we have Amy Benham, who is also a moderator. All these ladies are great. Could not do this without them. They are all wonderful people. If you've not met them, take out the opportunity to do so. Watch their lives. They are all very good teachers and crafters. So I encourage you to get to know them. If you ever need anything in the group, if you have any suggestions, anything, let us know. You can contact one of us and we will get back to you. Also, if you have any prayer requests at any time, please contact us. We pray daily, and it's something that we are very committed to and something that we believe in strongly. And so we would love to pray for you. And you can do that by going to the top of the group page under the featured section or the announcement section. And there is a file for prayers, or you can leave it under, we do prayers every day in the group, every morning. You can leave it in the comment section under that, but the best place to leave it is in the featured section or the announcement section at the top of the page. There, that way it won't get lost in the feed. And also, you may also leave it, in a message to one of us. You can certainly do that, and then we won't miss it, because it is not something we want to miss. So if it is missed and you don't hear us mention it, please, please, please don't get upset and think it's getting left out. Please just let us know. Hey, did you remember that I asked for prayer? Or, please let us know, because that would never be something that we would intentionally do. So keep that in mind. Okay, this the painting takes a little bit longer than I like for it to take. I'm not very fast at it. So a lot of times I won't finish the video on air during my live, but I'll finish it later and post it in the group. So everybody has an opportunity to see it and share those. There will be an album located under albums. It will say Whimsical Art. If you don't mind posting your art there, and once you post it, under the little comment place where you've posted your photo, just put the date, like today's date, and then just put Whimsical Art. And so we'll know what when you painted it or what day you did the painting from. And we also have a Pinterest page, and if you're interested in having your artwork displayed on the Pinterest page, just go to the featured section or the announcement section. Click on the area that says Pinterest page and initial, giving us permission to use your photo to place it on our page, and we will give credit to you for your photo, telling others about what you created in the group, and tell a little bit about your art piece. It's a super fun way that we can show y'all our appreciation. Okay, I'm going to try to move a little faster. I don't know how long I've been live, but I'm going to try to move a little faster so we can get these guys finished. So I don't bore you too much. Probably takes me a little bit longer because I'm using a smaller brush. I actually could use a little wider brush and probably paint a little faster. But what I am going to do is kind of outline it, and then I'm going to probably get my bigger brush and start painting, and then that way maybe it will not take so long. To paint it, and you won't have to sit around and watch me paint. See, that works out better. Don't take quite as long. Sit here and watch me paint it. And actually on this one, I think I'm going to just paint it the whole color of pink. And then I'm going to put some little designs on it. Then the next one I'm going to paint different colors. Now the only thing about this paint and these little squeeze containers is it does take quite a bit of it, but I do find that you don't waste as much because you can squeeze just a little bit out of it at a time, and you don't seem to be squeezing out a whole lot and then it getting, because I'm bad about wasting paint, especially in the bigger bottles like this. I will tend to squirt out too much, and then I end up wasting it because I don't usually use what I put in my tray. I like that pink. I don't know if y'all do or not, but I really like that pink. I'm gonna draw my slang out for my Mississippi slang. And I think I'm going to do this little darker area up here. I like that. Cute, cute. So has it gotten cold in your area? In our area, today is not that cool. We did have a cool Christmas, which I prayed for because I do not like it every year when we have a hot Christmas. It just is not Christmas when it's hot. I'm sorry, but it's not, and I don't like it. So this year, the Lord blessed us with a very cool Christmas. So I was really thankful. It was a little cold though. I was probably the only one that was really thankful for it, but that's okay because I like cool weather. Now, I'm not particularly fond of Antarctic air, but I do like it cool enough to snow. However, I don't want to live in the snow forever. I mean, all the time. But it hardly ever snows here in Mississippi, so that's not something we ever have to worry about. Hardly ever. Now, it's kind of hot this week. We're in the 70s, but we may get some cooler weather on into January, maybe February, and then it'll start getting hot again. Because that's just how it does in Mississippi. We got all the humidity, though. That's what makes it really bad. If we didn't have all the humidity, it wouldn't be so bad. Now, I don't know why I chose orange, but I did. I think I'm going to put this. Now, I'm sitting here talking about not wasting paint, and that bottle just squirted everywhere. So I'll probably end up wasting this. Because it squirted out a little bit too much. But we'll see. We might not have wasted more as much as I think. If you've not joined Amy Benham on Saturday, we're doing a Christmas card junk journal, and it is so exciting. So I invite you all to come watch her video. It's pre-recorded, so you can watch it anytime. Also, we have several other things going. We have Jessica, she's doing some lives. We have Bible journaling with Lisa. We have card making with Wendy. We have verse mapping with Nicole. I do the whimsical art, and we're going to be doing some more stuff in January and throughout the year. Just really looking forward to some different things that's coming forward. Now, I'm not sure. I think I'll use this color. I'm not really sure what I want to use. It's a red color, but we're going to go for it anyways. Don't really match the orange, but who cares, right? And then I'm going to go back and put some little shapes and and stuff on the area. I got the little fur on my mittens a little bit wide on this one. So, but it does not matter. It will be all right. But it wasn't intentional. Now sometimes instead of painting some of the shapes, I will take a marker, and this may not be the marker I need. This is my little marker, so it's not the one I actually need. This one's probably not either. But like if I wanted to make circles, like on this one, I would just take my marker and make little circles if I wanted circles on it. And that's what I think I'll do on this particular one. I like the circles. And then I'll go back and outline everything like I want it. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed doing whimsical art with me today. I hope in the future you will join me. We'll be doing this every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The replays will always be available. You can watch them anytime. Okay. And like I said, there's no joy in comparison, so please don't compare your work to somebody else's. There's no fun in that. So, I am looking forward to seeing y'all's art pieces. So please share them. And that is going to be it for today. And I'm looking forward to see how y'all decorate yours. I'm going to just continue decorating mine, and mine will be posted in the group later. And I'm going to do a few more little touches of wintry looks on my page. And then I will be finished also. It's been a fun time. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.